Today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. Some of those symbols down there looks like ones that I like. Skyscrapers, all destinations are circles, that's always a fun one. Weekly choice is now mystery, that's always touch and go. All weekly choice upgrades are doubled. Alright, I guess that makes that a little bit of a softer blow. So let's start off with this guy getting connected. We're obviously going to see a lot more houses early here because these are circular. We'll have a bit more of a packed neighborhood. Let's just make that guy join like that. If we can get a house there. Although I think 4 is what they'll give me for now. Now, with our weeklies, I think I always go left side option and just stick with staying on the one side. And I think we'll do again here, come what may. But we never land on motorways and just end up with a whole bunch of traffic lights and bridges, although bridges will be key here as well. It's already not a great placement. Got a loop around him. But, well, manageable. Not a great placement for that. Well, actually, it's yeah, we go straight away into the traffic lights there. One fun thing about these double destination ones is that you start getting way more jobs way quicker. So can potentially be a shorter video, but with more passengers arrived. I think my my one weekly where I got a 10,000 was on the back of one that gave me a lot of circular destinations. Well, you're really trapped at the back there, so let's try and discourage them from putting many more houses back there. Look like they're just going to stack that whole section there. So we will make them share for now, but I mean, one of my rules is that circular destinations shouldn't share. So this is certainly a short-term solution here. Let's swoop them up a little bit more so that we can get this guy to swing down. So no one's ultra close here in their setup. Getting more bridges is definitely good. Everyone's sort of got to run a bit of a track. I mean, no one's horribly off, but I wouldn't call any of these great positioning. Would be nice to see some yellow houses up here or up here. I mean, this is all very much straight lines. I think potentially it's getting helped by the fact that there's so many houses coming in that sort of yellow houses come in and they block out that section. Blue houses come in and they block that out. So it is sort of gridding itself quite well. All right, so let's pause there for a second because we need to make a quick change. So firstly, we're going to take these 3 guys and they're going to look after him. Potentially he'll last the end with that setup. And it does give us use of that guy. Then going to get rid of that. Hopefully we see him get a few more friends up there. Then we've got to work out what to do with this green. And I guess green is going to be... gotta wait for that bridge to come back. Green is definitely going to be on the short list for someone gaining a motorway because they're having to go around there a long way. It would be nice to have this guy have at least one more. Beautiful. It's our motorways. We won't use it yet because he should be fine because of how early on we still are. Very clean looking layout we've got so far, but I mean, I reckon around 200 you can usually say that about most maps, and then it starts to really go awry. So we'll hold on to our motorways because also we can't control when we get more, even worse than normal, but we do get 2 if we do get them. So But also more bridges does seem like that would be really valuable since we've already used 4 here. So possibly those motorways are going to have to sub in as bridges. Nothing to like about that placement there. Because not only does it mean that blue's going to have to use a motorway, but potentially it's also set up pink to have to use a motorway as well. Now we'll just get pink to work around it. Shift those 3 guys for now. One thing that would be a real game changer in this is if when a new destination came in, you got to pick, like, so say this destination showed up here. It went, alright, these 6 squares are about to be a destination. You get to pick where the entry point is for that. And so you're almost like digging your own grave in that, alright, well, I want it to be here. And then later on that may cause you to be a problem, but it would be quite nice. But again, and this is one thing that I must say about a game like this, because I've had other people complain about that you don't have bridges or underpasses and things, and part of it is that there is meant to be a challenge to this. You aren't meant to just win. So definitely having limitations and things that do make you go, oh, I wish I had that is part of it. This isn't City Skylines. You're actually you're meant to be failing eventually. Now, with all these pink houses that we're getting, we'll just connect this guy quickly, but I think that's very quickly. See, we've got these 2 guys here. One more pink house in this vicinity, like that, and we could probably cut this off. Let's knock those guys off the back of there. Hope we either get bridges or a motorway. Lovely, so there's our bridges, so we can claim that one back. And let's sneak a better spot for that. There's going to be in the way. Does feel a little bit removed there. Maybe we won't use it. Let's jump them straight up there. Turn that guy around. Now once they get through this initial push of having to clean that guy up, it should run a little bit smoother. Okay, so that's not too bad. We do still have an available bridge as well, so we can get them in there. I'm not sure I've got the best layout for these 5 guys here. Beautiful get there. That's a nice little gain there too. Okay, so let's rethink how we want to lay this out. So I'm going to get rid of that for a moment. Him in there. Turn these 2 guys around. So we've got 2. So let's flick these guys up there. Down, across. That. And then we'll sort of centralize these guys a bit more. And run in like that. Also got to figure out what to do with this green guy. He doesn't really have enough houses just yet to really give that a like a nice layout that can have a motorway. We do want to give him a motorway, so maybe we should just bite the bullet. We've got 2, so we can always shift it and still have room available to make one. All of these houses are just sort of like 1 square too far apart to make this coherent. Really spreading themselves thin. Give him some backup. This yellow guy here, he really needs some extra help. We want to see someone else show up for him. Okay. So, let's take the 4 guys at the back here, and we'll get them to go into the other side of that. Does definitely sound like there's a lot of people on the move at the moment. Like, you can hear a constant dinging of people reaching destinations. So let's get that guy in there. And this guy around, we'll move him to there. Now, this is our last remaining motorway, so they will stop doing stuff for a moment, but I think that's okay. He's well under control. Those guys connected in there. There was someone else I wanted to work on here. Who was that? These guys here almost can look after him without... That's right. So this is going to be reliant on a motorway, but we can get another motorway. What we'll do is these 2 houses here, we can flick around to look after this guy, I guess, and then we can take the 5 houses here and they can look after this guy. Now that doesn't really give me anyone. There's at least these 2 guys here are closer that we could possibly shift. That there's so many houses looking after this one that are so close. But definitely we can get rid of that now. I mean, I'm not even sure that this guy needs more. Might eventually, but they're not pressing. This is what I mean. It's quite nice too. You can see that we're already at already up over 1,000, and nothing's really pushing the limits yet. Right. So, what I think we do is we take this and put it to there. Fix its weird little hook in it. Then we run these 2 guys straight up. Just wondering if they're better suited to that. Maybe not. Let's move that over there. We'll bring these guys straight down there. We might grab these houses at the back if we don't get more pink guys there quickly. We do need these highways to start moving with a bit more pace, because you can see this guy's starting to overload because no one's going up there. So let's get these 3 guys just connected, just to get it at least started. Green's already moved across, so that's good. And finally they've joined the party, so we can disconnect them. Alright, so for him, we can get rid of that too now. This guy, we can bring him down there. Those 2 to start with. Goody. Definitely what we want to see. Now you can see this guy's well and truly overloaded as well, so let's bring this guy around the bottom, because he's just sitting at home at the moment. There we go, we've finally got our extra yellow house down here, but you can see no one's currently at home with this guy, which means that he's got more demand than supply. Okay, let's fix what we've got going on over here too. So let's take this group of guys and get them to go down there. And these guys in. Yeah, we'll just make that a roundabout to make that layout make a little bit more sense. These guys make the ugliest little there to have these guys connect down here. Got a few extra guys to come help down here. This guy's got plenty. A lot more light blue over this way too. Here's one of the fun things about the large destinations is that the circular destinations is you get so many houses it almost like sort of protects you from getting more destinations. So you sort of a little bit more comfortable in your layout, but see if that comes crashing down. The fact that we've got double destinations is actually a death sentence already anyway. That'll be our downfall. Alright, so let's pause for a second while we're doing this. We're probably waiting too long to get going. This guy here will let connect over this way too, and we'll get them to go straight up there. And we're getting a lot of light blue. This corner of the world. So we'll send this up here. Those three connect that and get that guy in there as well. Now this guy we could give a motorway to try and help out, but we've only got the one at the moment, so I don't really want to use it just yet. But these two houses here that we can connect to this guy. But again, you can see he is so smitten. Yeah, he's definitely not under threat. These guys here still aren't being used, so I guess just got an eye on this guy to see if he starts to need a bit more help. But yellow's looking pretty nice at the moment. Hopefully we get light blue here, because we still have so many light blue houses that can come and help out. All we'll do is we'll put that in there to try and break these guys up a little bit too. And probably no harm in adding this one more guy. Plenty of bridges. At least we're getting our use out of the ones that we've gotten. No point in making them look the other way. Let's do that, and if we're lucky we get a fourth pink one in there too. So let's get them to look away, because then maybe we can get some pink houses in here. Still holding out hope for a another set of motorways, and we'll definitely send them this way. You can see the fact that I just connected a house there, and they went says that this guy is not coping with his workload. Actually, even a roundabout at this stage, we could rejig this a little bit. All the pinks are starting to feel it because there are. If one fails, they all fail together. Teamwork like that. Luckily, green's not being too stressy, so he's keeping that a bit calmer. So, I guess the first question is this the actual best spot? Like, what's the central point to all these sort of weird combination of houses we've got going on here? Maybe we'll go in like that. That our centerpiece. You can see these guys aren't on the move, which is good. It means that we've got that guy under control. Well, I mean, these two guys here, I feel like we should get connected in there. Definitely shorten the journey for that guy. Who was complaining? Finally, that yellow guy's had enough. Okay, so got the motorways. We don't have a roundabout at all that we can slot in there, but we'll just put an extra little line there. We'll jump these guys from there over to there. So they're just going to sit gridlock for a moment while they suddenly surge as many cars as they possibly can over. What we can do is that. Those guys to connect in like that. And without having to move that motorway, we can shift it into the roundabout. Alright, that's quite a good get there. For two reasons, because not only does it give us a pink house right next to some pink houses, so sorry, pink destination next to some pink houses, so it can be taken care of, but it should mean it'll allow all the other ones to calm down because it can take over a bit of the extra workload. But meanwhile, green has started to freak out, but everyone green seems to be away from home, so who can we send that help these guys? Who's in the most need? Is it this guy? I think it's that guy, so take these four guys and ask them to go jump over there. Meanwhile, this guy at the very top here, I think he's having a real relaxing time. Compared to everyone else, he's got no worries at all. Okay, so this pink guy down here is saying that he needs a little bit more attention. So let's go give him that guy. This guy at the top here is also under stress, so what we're going to have to do is our old connection again. Those four guys up there to try and help out. They're also going to get in the way of that this blue neighborhood, so we could potentially hurt this guy's chances too. You can see he's cleaning up nicely. This guy down here just asking for a little bit more attention. Give him 2 more houses. Oh, we've got one more blue guy that we can get in there. But the good thing is that these pink houses here aren't going it's absolutely needed. Nice. So what we'll do here is we're just going to move. Well, I guess what we can do is just make that a little bit longer. Just keep it as a backup, although it does hurt this guy here. Do fire. What we're going to do is move that across there. Hope that the cars get off that quickly. But what I'll do in the meantime, actually, is I'll make that connection. So that means that these guys over here can go help out both of these. While we wait for that motorway to move. That motorway is finally moved, so we can tell these guys to stop worrying. They've now got separate jobs. This blue here is so nicely close to this guy. So I'm really rooting for a motorway there. Okay, so we have two. We're going to need some light blue shifting across. So let's just make this change there. We'll get those two guys to go across there. We'll move one across here. No real way to get these two guys through this guy, but we'll leave it like that for a moment. This guy here's complaining. I don't even have any motorways to sort of jump some of these guys across. Actually, we can turn these guys around because this guy down here's actually got these 3 houses here as well. So that makes his life a little bit easier. That guy across. And let's take these 2 guys and move them across. That's such a big neighborhood of these guys down here as well. But we are truly at the mercy of motorways at this stage. But every second is big business here. You can see that we're sort of got so many guys on the move. Now I'm going to get rid of that to try and stop this being so backlogged, because basically it's just that backlog that's causing him problems. You can see just about everyone's done with me here. Oh, good. Exactly what we needed. Probably the this is a pretty inefficient build that we've got here. I guess I do have a roundabout. It's probably too late now, but let's make that minor adjustment. Hanging on by a thread over there. Now they're moving a bit more efficiently to try and get to his rescue. Yeah, and like I said, every sort of second on this one now can count towards putting in a lot more runs on the board. See, this guy's is just a mess of a layout too. Get rid of that and that for him, just in case they're causing him any sort of grief. I think all blues are sort of just about had it though. You can see this guy here. And I mean, this guy here's struggling from this this driveway, which those 2 cars that are coming back and forth from that are really putting in some logging a lot of deliveries. So it's definitely a tough one to say like, oh, is that good or bad? Let's try pulling them off that for a second, just to see if it actually helps all these guys roll through. You can see they're now all gone, so all these guys can start to move a bit quicker and rescue that guy. And again, it's all about seconds, because since I mentioned that, you can see we've gone up another 1,000. Similarly, this guy down here's got a similar thing going on where he's got this, but you can see there's no backlog of guys like what we had down here. So, yeah, and look how clean he's become. That little adjustment there has probably gained us another few hundred points. Okay, so I don't know how this guy's hanging on. There's so many light blue guys everywhere. I mean, even looking after these guys, we've got so many. But we're not going to get lucky with some motorways now. 11th hour here. So let's, well, what we could do really is get these guys connected in there. They'll surge. And I mean, because you can see this guy's just holding on by a thread, but possibly we can just get like a long run of guys just sitting here waiting to get in there that might actually, like, just sort of save him. And again, every second he holds on, a few more hundred that we might be able to get on the board, because we are got a chance for 10,000 here. It really depends on the efficiency of this guy. But the question is, do we do a similar thing? Do we cut these guys off here and allow this route to go through? Because it's 6 cars that we would have to wait for, I'm not sure that it would sort of work as like clearly defined as that one did. This is an insane effort this guy's done to sort of just keep that tiny little segment available. And they've only got to hold on for just the briefest more moments, and we can see that 10,000 tick over. Nah, missed it. Just. It wasn't even them. 9986. Close. Alright, let's see how that puts us on the leaderboard. There's 2 days to go on this one, so the leaderboard's pretty much done. Up 1%. Number 2. Ooh, not too bad at all. There we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Till next time, catch you later. Yeah.